welcome back to my channel. As you can see, today I am going to be doing a video on my tattoos. A lot of you guys ask me what are the meanings behind it and when I got them and things like that. So I am going to be explaining that in this video. If you are ready, please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe down below if you're new. Thank you so much for all the love and support that you guys have been giving me on this channel. We reached 11K subscribers and I'm thinking I want to do another giveaway for you guys, so I will be announcing one soon, so make sure you guys have your notifications on so you guys do not miss that. And before I start the video, I should probably say I'm sorry if the quality looks a little weird. I am recording on my phone, so just a heads up. So I'm gonna start with my very first tattoo. I actually did a video, I think it was one of my first videos on this channel. I did a video on my very first tattoo. So if you guys have not watched that, I'll have a card pop up here so you can be able to watch that after this video. I basically talk about where I was in my headspace at the time and why I got it and how old I was and things like that. So make sure you guys go watch that so you guys can get like the full story. But basically my first tattoo, I got someone's name. I know, I'm just like, I hate thinking about it, that I was that person that got someone's name tatted on them, like what the hell. But yeah, so I got someone's name. I was like 15 or 16 years old. I can't remember how old I was, but the first tattoo, all of my tattoos are on my arm too. So the first one I got was like right there, right in the middle of my arm. I didn't have nothing else but a name on my arm. And that was my first tattoo. And then my second one, what was my second one was my koi fish and with the water. I think I was about 17. I still wasn't old enough to get a tattoo, I remember, because the guy didn't ID me. So I think I was like 17 and I decided to get 2 koi fish with water splashing at the ends because for those of you that don't know, I am a Pisces and I am a water sign, so I thought that the koi fish with the water just like represented me. And the 2 fishes, that was, I didn't know what I wanted to get. I told the guy that was doing the tattoo that I wanted something that represented Pisces, but I didn't want to like write Pisces, you know? So he came out with this design and I loved it. He is someone that like his artwork is just so dope, and the lines and the details and just everything on it was, I love it. He actually made the colors that he put on my skin because we wanted it to pop and he was scared that it wouldn't pop if we used just like a red, like a normal red or anything like that. So he did make these colors, and honestly I think I've had this tattoo for over 5 years and it still looks like it's brand new, and that's what I love about it. Like, it does not look faded, the lines don't look ugly, just everything about it looks perfect. So I'm very happy with my results. That one is, I would say that one is like my favorite tattoo out of all of my tattoos because of all the detail, and I love that it represents me and just love it. Yeah, that one I was really happy about. I remember I saved my money to get this tattoo, and I remember my mom was like, what are you gonna do with your money? And I was like, I'm getting a tattoo. And she was like, what the hell, you are not old enough? And I got it. I was like, I got somebody that's gonna do it. And I remember she passed by. It was so funny. I was telling her like I'm getting a tattoo right now. She passed by the tattoo spot because it was right by my house. And she saw me and she was like, I'm gonna tell the guy you're not 18. And I was just like, shut up. But yeah, that was my second tattoo. I was on the chair for about 6.5 hours. He only took 2 breaks. Like, this was the longest. It was the most painful tattoo that I have gotten. I think what hurt the most was like the top part where you bend your arm like that. All of this, oh my god, it was like the worst pain ever. And I was so swollen the next day. Like my arm was so fat. I was like, oh my gosh. And it was just like in this section. So it was so weird. But it's one of my favorite tattoos. So that's the koi fish. After that, I think I had gotten the name covered. That was the next thing. I remember doing that at the tattoo expo, and my mom, it was me, my mom, and I think I was like with my sister, and we had went to this guy. She wanted to get tattooed by this person. I don't know who this person was, but she wanted to get tattooed by this person, and I had asked them if they did cover-ups, and he was like, yeah, I could do a rose, hella easy or whatever. And I remember looking at my mom, and my mom like never liked the tattoo, like she did not like the name, and she was like, I'll pay for it if you get it right now, but you have to get it right now. And I remember being like, hell yeah, like you about to pay for it and I'm about to get it covered, like say no more. So I remember getting in the chair and the guy did a rose. Now I don't regret covering it, but I do regret getting a rose to cover it because it doesn't go with the tattoo that I had at the top. Like he should have done something that went together, you know, and he didn't. So that kind of sucked, but other than that, I got it covered. So it was cool. It's a good cover-up job. I mean, it's a nice rose. I get a lot of compliments on the rose, and a lot of people don't know that it's a cover-up until I tell them, and then they really look at it and they're like, oh yeah, I kind of see, like, you know, the back. But I mean, overall it was a good tattoo, and my mom paid for it, and it was just, I would have gotten it covered. It was in the moment, my mom offered, and I went for it. So that was my third tattoo. My next one was the feather. The feather I remember getting with my mom again. If you guys have never seen Mama Cat, go watch my old videos. Mama Cat has hella tattoos, so whenever my mom would go get tattoos, I would either go with her, like just to watch, or in this occasion, I ended up getting one too, because my mom, she's always like, I'll pay for it, you know? So I remember he was saying that he would do a little tattoo for me, and I think it was gonna be like less than $50. So my mom was like, what do you want, you know? And it was like, literally, she always puts me on the spot. It's always like, what do you want to get? Like, in that moment, he told her, like, yeah, if you want to get something, I'll do something right now. And I remember being like, fuck, I don't know what I want to get. And my mom was getting a dream catcher, and she had, like, you know, like the feathers that were coming down, and she had these feathers. It was 3 of them. And I hella liked it. Like, I loved the feathers. I loved the colors that he was using, and I just thought it looked hella nice. And I remember telling my mom, like, I want to get one of those feathers that you have on me, you know? So that way it's kind of like a together thing. Like, I have a tattoo that you have. I don't know. That's what I was like, ooh, I kind of like that idea, because I'm going to have something that my mom has. So that was easier because he already had a stencil of the feathers, so all basically he had to do was tattoo me. And I decided to get it on this side because I was gonna be smoking. Yeah, I was being so high, like I was just like, why did I get it here? But I remember now. I remember telling the guy, like, oh, I want you to be able to see it when I smoke, and I smoke more with my right hand. So I remember placing it here. Yeah, I know. But that was the placement for that. I don't think I explained why I placed the koi fishes right here. I wanted to get a forearm tattoo. Like, when I was young, I wanted to get a full sleeve. So I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna start with a forearm, and then I'm gonna make my way around. And then I basically just got this and never did nothing else. And I actually like it. I like the way it looks. I like where I put it. I like how it looks in pictures. So I like that. The name I was originally supposed to get on my wrist, but I went to this guy in the garage, and he didn't know what he was doing, and the stencil he made was too big and it didn't fit on my wrist. So he was just like, well, let's just flip it this way. So that's why I was just like, okay. I was young, I didn't know what I was doing. So the name was like this, which doesn't look right at all. So that's one of the reasons why I got it covered too. And yeah, so that was ugly. So that's, I kind of just didn't have a say on the placement on that. I kind of just chose to do it right there. And then my next one was the Yin and Yang Tattoo. I think I get the most questions about this tattoo, probably because it's on my fingers and you can always see it. But this one I remember getting after my feather. We ended up going back to that guy because he was so cool and his prices were pretty cheap. So I remember telling my friend like we could get something hella small and you know whatever, like we'll get a matching tattoos. I remember we had been wanting to get matching tattoos since high school, I think, and we would look on like Google and we would always send each other like different ideas. And I remember we had so many like the puzzle pieces, I don't know, butterflies. We just, there was a whole bunch of ideas that we had. We weren't trying to have anything that looked too corny either though, so we were like the puzzle piece, I don't know. So I remember we saw the Yin and Yang, and that one I just thought like was hella us because we're kind of opposites, but we're the same at the same time. So I feel like that's what the Yin and Yang represents. So when we saw that, we were like, yes. The placement, I don't know how we came up with the placement on the finger. Honestly, I don't know. I think the guy was like, oh, if you put yours here and she puts hers here and you put it together, like it completes it. So that is our thing. And we ended up going with it because we were like, shit, that's sick. And we had never seen anything like that before. So we ended up getting it on our finger. This one actually hurt really, really bad. It's really small, but it hurt because I don't know, the fingers, like, they hurt really bad. And I felt more bad for Jennifer because she had the one that's all colored. So I just got the outline. Mine was like 10 minutes max. And yeah, that one was that. And after getting this one, we were like, yo, let's get another one. But because we're stoners, we wanted to do something that was a little bit more like, oh, we get lit kind of matching tattoos. So we have a thing about like space and moons and like, I don't know, we're just hella into that. So I remember seeing the rocket ship and the moon, and we sent it to each other and we were like, yo, that's dope. So our plan was to just get the outline first, and we were gonna add more color, but we didn't want to go with color so fast because I don't think Jennifer has any color tattoos. I think that's why. I think all her tattoos are black and white. I'm not sure why we didn't get color. Honestly, I remember we were supposed to go back and we just never did. So we ended up deciding to get the rocket ship and the moon, and the reason why we got it on this side was because I already had a tattoo on this hand and we wanted to be able to show it when we smoke, like, of course. So we decided to get it on this arm. We both have it on the same side, on the same arm, the same exact thing. And yeah, we just never went back to get it colored in. And honestly, I ended up liking the outline look. Like, I didn't want to get it colored. I feel like if I got it colored in, it was gonna look more of like a cartoon kind of look, and that's not what I was going for. So yeah, we just left it outlined, and that's pretty much what it was. I think that's all my tattoos. I have a total of 6 tattoos, and right now I do not plan on getting any more just because I don't really know what I want, and I feel like I already have a whole bunch of random tattoos. Like, these were all done before I was 18, and luckily I don't regret any of them too much, other than like the name, of course. I don't regret any of the other ones, so I'm kind of happy that at least I didn't get nothing dumb. I did, but at least I didn't get anything that was like super big and I didn't end up liking. Like, everything else I like, so I don't really regret any of my tattoos. But that's basically my tattoos and what they mean. Let me know if you guys have any tattoos. Let me know your guys' stories behind them. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe down below if you guys are new. So today's shout out goes to Honey Campos. She said beautiful vibes in the last video. Thank you so much for always showing love and commenting and having your notifications on. And you already know, if you want to be shouted out, all you have to do is comment down below, subscribe, and have your notifications on, and you'll be shouted out in the next video. So thank you guys again. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one.